Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI, the Let's Play adventure, where last time we finally awoke, I think is Ifrit, but for real this time. Like, this time we're no longer denying the reality of our existence. We've accepted that we are, in fact, the Ifrit of legend, and we're going to just embrace that moving forward and have some additional cool powers. And I'm looking forward to that. So now we need to return to Eastpool. Now, the last time we passed through here, if this is the same area, and it looks like it is, remember we did find a gate that we could not go through. And I'm wondering if now we have the ability to unlock it, now that we've learned that we can touch little blue stones and make them open up. I don't know if we're going to find anything useful in there, but I think it might well be worth our time to check. And then we'll head on to Eastpool, where no doubt we will discover that everyone we know and care about is dead. Was it right here? It was right up ahead, so this next little clearing. Remember, my theory for returning to Eastpool was that we would arrive in time to see the town on fire, the old man at the well dying, but saying, "Oh good, you came back for me one last time."
What is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
What? Oh, Torgal's rushing ahead? Is that what's happening? What did I tell you? What did I just tell you? We're not gonna rush it though, because I'm almost positive. Look, there's a little blue thing on the door. We still can't do it. Okay, it must be like story related then. Did Torgal actually like run ahead to the village that everyone's gonna be dead? The town is going to be on fire. I'm not happy about it. I mean, there's a part of me that's kind of happy about it because it means that my ridiculous theory was in fact correct, and everyone up here is gonna be dead when we arrive. But I'm not pleased by that turn of events. I didn't want that to be the case. Oh, here we go. I like that they built this wall here. Is this to keep them safe from marauders? Or is this There's fire. That could just be torches, I guess. But no, that looks like the town is on fire. Is this here to stop the blight? Yeah. What'd I tell you? What did I tell you?
What happened here?
Who does that? Who does that? That's not a thing that anyone does. Just sit there and poke them with your sword? Ridiculous. Alright, Imperial Legions. Face my wrath.
We've got a live one.
Not for long, you don't. Well, no, actually, hold on. No, let me take that back. I'm gonna be live this whole time. We're trying to, like, get them all into the whirlwind. There we go. Even if it doesn't kill them all, just having them all in there is satisfying enough. Ooh, I can use a limit break here. And then I'm not exactly sure what that does. I think it just makes me more powerful. And I do big crazy attacks and damage and whatnot. That was satisfying for like the 2 seconds it was active. Beautiful. Is everyone actually dead? Is the mayor also dead? I was assuming the mayor would still be alive to be like, "I'm so disappointed in you, Clive." And then he'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry I let you all down again." Which is a Bionicle quote from the third movie, which is an angsty 12-year-old when that film came out. It was my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. That was an interesting year. That was the year of Star Wars, Episode 5. And it can turn to the dark side, me being an angsty 12-year-old being like, "He did it for his love, though, man. I've done it, too." And then, yeah, like, all the other Toa Metru were so mean to Vakama, man. I understand why he turned to the dark side, man. Mataro was a pain in the neck. So I was like very into that plot line at the time. It was cringe of me, I realize. But even looking back on it, even though I can now acknowledge that that was not the best of the three movies, it is better than The Legend Reborn. But I mean, a sneeze on a cold day is better than that film. Heaven help us. I still am fascinated with that story. Whenever I think about rewriting, which I do think about rewriting Bionicle a lot, one of the things I think I've talked about is if I had infinite money, I would buy the rights to Bionicle. Maybe not even the toys. Lego can keep that. I would just buy the story rights, and then I would buy, again, unlimited money. I would just buy a studio, an existing one, and then bend them to my will, creating the ultimate Bionicle series. And again, unlimited money. Doesn't matter if anyone else likes it. I'm making a series for me here. This is the ultimate Bionicle movie, and I already know exactly how I would treat that one differently. I'd grow it up a little bit. I mean, I would amp the drama up to a degree hitherto unseen upon this earth. You thought that you'd seen Transformers get dramatic. You've not seen dramatic robots until you've seen that, okay? Also, I understand they're not fully robotic. That's the thing with Bionicles. They're biological and mechanical, but that's not what Bionicle stands for. It stands for what does it stand for? Biomechanical Chronicle or something like that? Hold on just one moment. But yeah, no, I've got my big plans. It's gonna happen one of these days. As soon as I find, like, that ancient pirate's treasure I was always looking for as a kid, and I have my infinite money, this is ridiculous. Listen to him just shouting in there. Alright, we're gonna go crazy mode now. Where are they?
Someone heal me, damn it! Put them all to the sword!
Where are they? Oh, we're gonna burn through both little pills. I didn't know that's how that worked. Oh, and now we're just gonna go down here and fight these guys. The Imperial War Worms, I want to throw out there, these aren't just random animals. They're apparently doing things on the Order of the Empire, which is silly because they're worms. Absolutely silly. What is this? An Imperial... That looks like a goblin, is it not? I guess it's just an Imperial Legionnaire, but it looks like a goblin. I think just the way he was standing and kind of moving and comporting himself. Is that the correct use of that word? Comporting? Anyway, just you wait. As a kid, I used to actually dream that someday I would go out into the woods and stumble upon a chest full of buried gold, and because of inflation and the value of how rare it was...
The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command.
This is an unpleasant fella. Not a fan of this at all. I used to think that, yeah, it would be worth, like, billions, and I'd be able to do whatever I wanted to. That was, like, the dream as a kid, and honestly, as an adult, knowing how nonsensical such a desire is, like, I'm never gonna find buried pirate's treasure. Doesn't mean that I'm not gonna sit around and still think about how cool that would be. How cool would that be? If you found a chest, I guess it couldn't be unlimited money. I mean, that could be like a fairy tale wish, though. So if someone gave you a fairy tale wish, but you had to pick unlimited money, what would you do with it? I realize that there's probably better things to do with my money, like probably for society in general, than just make new Bionicle movies. But I don't care about what's best for society. It's what am I going to do with my money, right? Society can burn for all I care. I'm making a Bionicle franchise. Society's already burning. I can't fix that with a bit of unlimited money. That's just going to make the situation worse. Remember, with unlimited money, first off, you have to keep it a secret. Because as soon as someone finds out that you have magical unlimited money, I mean, the economy's going to go in the toilet, right? As soon as they realize that you're just, like, constantly generating new currency and somehow not going to prison for it. It's a magic thing, right? It's like unlimited gold or whatever. If people know that is happening, then the value of that resource is going to tank in a matter of days. You know, it's not going to continue to have its value if people know there's an unlimited supply of it and you have it. Also, you're going to start being hunted. Whatever countries, like, export the most amount of, like, let's say it's gold. You have unlimited gold somehow because of a fairy tale wish or something. They're going to come after you. You're going to have people sent after you. People are going to want to, like, capture you. The U.S. government is going to want to just, like, sit you in the middle of Fort Knox and be like, you sit here now and just produce gold. Okay, good news, everyone. We're canceling taxes. We have infinite gold. Again, you'd have to keep it a secret somehow. But then you have to find someone who's going to buy your gold from you, right? Because you can't just, like, take gold to the store and spend it. So you got to find someone who's going to buy gold and not ask questions. You can use one of those, like, TV things where it's like, we buy gold, and they do, but they give you literally the minimum amount of money your gold is worth. You could use one of those, but after a while, they're going to start asking questions. So you kind of have to just, like, alternate between all of them. And then, I don't know, they might send you tax documents, right? Like, what if you have to get a 1099 from them or something, showing where you made money off selling your gold, and then you have to explain it to the IRS. So you're going to have to find someone to, like, under the table, give all of your infinitely generated gold to. They're going to be like your fence and deal with it for you. They'll just give you the cash. It's going to be confusing. Maybe you could start your own kingdom, though. Maybe you just buy an island and start generating the gold there, and you can export it. And just be like, sorry, this is my kingdom now, and there's just a bit of gold here. But there's just a bit, because you only ever export just enough to buy, like, Disney or DreamWorks or something, and then start making the Bionicle movies.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
Yeah. This is exactly what I said was going to happen. I didn't know! I didn't
so
know!
better.
I promise you I did not know! I just had played enough games that I knew this is what was going to happen!
My mother.
I didn't know in advance. I haven't read anything.
We're too late.
Gav! Clive!
It's such a small world where we all just keep running into each
On the
other.
orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip.
Didn't the mayor himself
If
say?
they'd only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
What's that glow around
In that
Gav's
case,
head?
we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
Is my
Right.
PS5 melting? What is happening?
Best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Oi! Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
I'm not happy about being right. I'm kind of happy because... But I'm not pleased with the results. This is actually a tragedy. But I did call it. It wasn't hard to predict, though, was it?
Rats, lead me to your nest.
Oh. He is a suspicious
Lord
character.
Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Kupka? Like King Kupka? I'm sorry, what? What is this guy's story? I don't like him. Should we not take him back? Oh, we have no other option. The game is literally like, no. This is what you're doing. You want to go over here? No. You would go over here? No, you're going to go here. To the hideaway. That's fine. I don't care. If that's what needs to be done, then that's what we'll do. Man, the load times in this game are stellar. I'm assuming that's that PlayStation 5
Sit
SSD.
solo then. We have a lot to discuss.
I've been wondering why you can't get load times like that on PC with SSDs that are faster than the PS4s, even Gen 5 SSDs. And I think the reason is when you design a game for the PlayStation 5, you kind of know the hardware that it's going into,
Barking at his lot earlier.
and you can tune the darn thing, like, really well. But when you're making it for PC, you're building it for a platform where someone might still be running it off of a 5700 RPM hard drive. And so that optimization just doesn't happen. So no matter how stupidly fast your SSD may be, it doesn't matter, because the game is designed in case you have a 2.5-inch spinning disc. Or heaven forbid, you're just burning everything to DVDs. Can you imagine? No one is doing that. How are you, Jill?
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
Okay, no, you're fair. That's fair. So we're officially joining the group now.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Not the music I would have picked for that scene, but I think it was perfect. Whoa. Oh, earlier. Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Do you have any recommendations?
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
Weasels.
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost?
And what of our legions? Shall we raise the thirds?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
I just feel like there's probably other options. Have you thought about buying grain from somewhere else? Looks like you've got plenty of opulence. Why don't you sell that table there? Someone would pay a lot of money for that table. And you could just buy the grain.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Arthur. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
That's like a bit of a nothing of a message. I feel like if I got that, like, see to your wounds, you'll be needed again soon, I would have no idea how to progress.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today.
Are they doing like a Final
all
Fantasy
seen
VII
it
and trolling
firsthand.
all the ether out of the ground?
Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
Interesting. So it's basically...
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Oh yeah, definitely we are. This is basically Final Fantasy VII now. We've got the Mother Crystals in place of Shinra, and it's draining the planet dry by sucking up all the ether, and the planet's dying.
Just taking a quick breathe.
I'm here for it. It's the same plot, but repackaged in a different sort of box. Let's do all these side quests we got around here.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
No, I wouldn't expect so. That doesn't seem like something in his nature. Then again, does anyone like to be kept waiting? Well, I suppose some people. But that's like a whole thing into its own. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll do that, but first, there's another side quest here.
I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
Sure, but let's see what this other quest is, and see if it's also related to leaving. Is it right over here? Oh, is it with the Chocobo lady? Is she gonna offer me an ability to ride the Chocobo? Oh, it's with the feller.
Never this late.
Okay.
Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. You know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait. You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then might I ask a favour of you? I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon.
Hither and yon.
Will you go and find him for me?
I would love to.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lost Wing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Randall seems like way too normal a name. I don't really want to prioritize this one because we've already got another one prioritized, and they're both out in the field anyway. Randall just seems way too real, like to a point where it is distracting. I would like to open the world map. Yes, please. Which one of these do we want to hit up first? We've got... actually, I don't know which one is which. Lost Wing is going to be missing Randall. So we might as well... You know what? Let's pretend like it's a real adventure. And we're leaving here and we're walking. And this is the first place we would get to. So that's the first place we're going to go. That's what I think makes the most sense. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think we found all of the contents right here in this field. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the second time we've come back here for a side quest.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales.
He did say that.
I better keep my eyes open.
Absolutely, you oughta. Lost supplies.
Looks like I'm in the right area.
Are these guys going to be, like, collecting the lost supplies? I'm going to have to get them back from them? I have to, like, compel them to please give me back those lost supplies? I'm begging you. It doesn't actually look that way. It does look like whatever that last one is there, it's really far away, so we're going to have to go on a real journey to get there. Yo, that was just a guild bug, sure. Unless that's part of the other quest, but I don't know if we'd be able to run from here to... Can we run from here? Actually, we might be able to.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
Yeah, I think that is actually the other quest down there, if I'm not mistaken.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. I don't suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing. Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
So this is that area where you can run clear from one side to the other without having to go back to the world map. And I realized that the quests actually have a 1 and 2 next to them. And on the map in front, or on the actual world in front of us, you can see that 1 and 2 represented very plainly on the different markers. So 2 is going to be our missing person, and 1 down here is going to be our missing dog, potentially. I guess the dog's not missing. The piece of paper's missing and is with the dog. But, I mean, I suppose that if we don't know where the dog is, it's more, is it really a missing dog? I mean, if Torgal went missing, that would be a missing dog, because he's our dog and we should know where he is.
The shad's all salted and smoked.
Hey, little fella. How are you doing? Can I just retrieve this without having, like, a whole ordeal with you? Are you reading it? Can you read? I would be majorly impressed if it turned out this dog could read.
Seems we have a culprit. Sorry, boy.
I'm an Imperial spy. They call me Spot, but I have no spots.
And he's waited long enough already.
What a bizarro interaction.
Keep our career out of trouble.
Yes, hopefully. In the meantime, while we're in the area, let's go ahead and see. This is why I wanted to queue them both up, just in the off chance they all kind of cross paths later on. And what do you know? Here we are, crossing paths. What's up, by the way? Do you have anything new?
We haven't much, but you're free to look.
No, so you've not replenished your supplies with anything new and useful. You do have potions, though. I'm gonna have to give that a pass. What is this? A Lionheart tonic? What does this do? It's said that one's own limits are made to be broken, but that doing so is easier said. Okay, what is it? It gradually fills the limit break gauge for 30 seconds. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of those. Have a good one. We could probably get those back there at the hideaway as well, but just while we're in the area, I thought we'd stock up, because we don't have them otherwise. Have we read this notice before? We probably have, and we're not going to again.
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
I don't like this man's like laid-back demeanor. The way he just takes everything in stride. He doesn't seem too bothered by these events. And in fact, he seems to know more than he's letting on. I know that he's technically friends with Sid, but I don't like him. That's the kind of guy where if you find out later in the game that he's betrayed you, you're not too shocked about it. Because it seems like he would. He's not down with the cause. Not the way that we are. So how do we need to get there? We need to get over to here. Can I fast travel to a point closer? No, there are no points closer. That's unfortunate. Can I actually physically run from here to... Yeah, I think I can. Is there something in between? There doesn't appear to be. What is all this up here? Am I going to come back and explore all this in the future? Because it looks like both of these points are inaccessible. Interesting. Okay. We can't go that way either. Or that way. What's over here, though? I have so many questions that are... I'm just going to have to wait and be patient to get answered, I guess. Do we think that we need to go up here in order to get around to... Oh, this must be the path, isn't it? Yeah, no, this is 100% the way. And if I'm wrong, then that's just unfortunate. There's not much I can do about it at this point. Hey, why does Torgal... Oh, they're with me. I had no idea these two were with me. I was just about to turn around and say, like, why does Torgal never go with me on any of these side quest adventures? But literally him and Jill are here. We've got something of a party, then. What's up, Village Guard? I'm not going to talk to you right now. I can't imagine you have anything interesting to say. Are there any monsters respawned here? It seems pretty peaceful. If I found out that monsters never respawned in the overworld, I'd be pretty okay with that. Or they only respawn for, like, quest purposes. Because that kind of makes me stopping to fight them at all times a little bit more sensible. If it means that traversing the world in the future will be easier going, because they won't come back, that would actually be swell. Hi there, buddy. Just did that to really assert myself as a dominant of fire. Completely unnecessary, but I think it got the point across. Definitely didn't hit the wrong button.
Right.
Oh.
Man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
Still can't believe I'm saving someone named Randall. It's Final Fantasy games, man. Every so often you'll have just like a regular old name. You'll have a Cloud, and an Aerith, and a Tifa, and then a Randall. Sup, Beastmen? Bunch of hill goblins. Oh man, watch this. They're not going to see this one coming. This is going to be hilarious. Big guy's not going to be too bothered, but it's the little ones that I really want to get sucked up in there. Actually, Big One doesn't seem to be doing too well himself. He might be able to get out, but he's not done so yet. Should we just, like, start hurling fire at him? Oh, no, he's getting out. No, he's on his way. That's unfortunate. Okay, don't try to steal my glory there, Jill. Alright, I won't thank you for it, I promise. Oh, he has such a gross little face. He's got a big fat body with a gross little face, and I don't like looking at it. And I want to just burning strike him and get him out of here. I'm gonna try to do a parry. I did not do a parry correctly. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna keep trying. I did not do it correctly that time at all. Come on, try again. I'm real... Okay, is it not just that you press attack? Why is it not working? Come on, you. You've got to get, like, perfect timing on that. Every time I've ever done it, it has been entirely by accident. There we go! I did it! I got the perfect timing! First time we've ever actually done a parry intentionally. I wonder if you could, like, dodge an attack like that. Yes, you can. I was gonna say, can you dodge an attack like this and then go into a parry? Because that seems to make more sense anyway. For an attack like that, that's just gonna keep happening. I want to try again. Dang it! No! I don't know... Is there, like, a way to practice this? I guess I could go into the, little practice gauntlet thing that we've got back at the hideaway and just practice parrying. But will I ever actually get it down? That's the question. Considering I can't even get the timing on dodges down correctly, like 100%, I feel like the odds of me getting parry, I mean, those seem even more difficult. So, considering I've managed to do a number of successful dodges...
Not this time.
Ah, dang it. Come on, you. Come on, do it again. I'm ready. I think I might be either going... I think I might actually be going too early more often than not. I'm not sure. See, I got that timing down really well for the dodges, but... Come on, take a swing at me. Does it have to be, like, right before it connects? Hit me again. I need to stop. I need to stop. This is how I'm gonna die down here. It's just literally standing here waiting for him to almost hit me is a good way to get myself killed down here. Oh, there we go. Also, I forgot we're supposed to be trying to rescue someone. They're probably dead on the road somewhere. They're just bleeding out and they're watching Clive just stand there like, come on, take a swing. Oh! Okay, do it again, do it again. I'm ready this time. That's got to be frustrating. Oh, shoot. Is this his corpse back here? Oh, yeah, no, that's a body. That's an absolute body.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
I mean, we could probably do something. We're strapping young men. We could just pick the fella up. Or we could just leave him. That's fine, too. I'm not pressed one way or the other. I think we can fast travel back here, though, can't we? Yeah. Get us back there a little bit more quickly. I wonder... Like, surely, no matter what, he dies, right? It's not because I spent 20 minutes trying unsuccessfully to parry that he... That's not the reason he... That's not the reason he... I refuse to believe that that's the reason he died. It could be, though. That would almost make it funny. As it is right now, it's just tragic that a man with such a real-world name like Randall is dead. That really brings it home.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the South Gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
Had you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Needs of the many. Tragic. Well, time to get back out of here. And we can go to the overworld map from the little map. Head back, and now we just turn in that letter. And that should be it for side quests. Then it looked like we needed to go stock up on supplies. I'm kind of hoping when we go over here, she offers us an expansion to our storage in some way. Like the ability to hold more potions or the like would be pretty handy. Maybe we could exchange 40,000 sharpened talons or nails or teeth or fangs or whatever they are.
There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
I did not know that Sid had a daughter.
Well, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles.
Appreciate it.
If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
What could we want from Sid? What could we possibly want to ask him? Or get from him? Red Letter Day. Nice, alright. He seemed like it was going to be a good letter as well. Like, he knew that. Like, Sid would be really excited to read it. So, like, does he read Sid's mail? Because that seems like something you wouldn't want from your mail carrier. Not that I'd put it above them.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
You really don't. You don't want to know at all. All right, what have you got to offer me here? So nothing but objectively worse weapons, objectively worse gear. You have nothing for me, do you? What is this? I think I already got one of these, don't I? And one of these as well. Heat wave. That's faking me out. All right, and it can't make me happier now. I'll go ahead and stock up on potions.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything interesting to sell at the moment. So I think we'll call it there.
Of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing. And it ain't Tyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
I suppose I can do that. But first things first, let's swing through here and see if we can actually upgrade this weapon of ours any. Oh, look, it's the Moogle. Careful, you don't set that breath alight, Kupo. I feel like I've just been insulted. Is he saying I have, like, alcoholic breath or something?
I'm saying Fordian, dear.
Okay, so we want to go to reinforce. And my sword does not even show up on here as an option to reinforce. Alright, nothing we can actually reinforce. What about crafting, then? What can I craft? I can still craft Stormcry, but it would be worse than the weapon we currently have. In fact, if we just open up the compare gear screen, there is nothing we want to... Oh, Flame Tongue. With the tongue of flame spoke the words of destruction. So, what we currently have, Invictus, one of a set of 7 swords, said to have been forged in the flame of Mount Drestinus. Invictus has been passed down through generations for use by the Archduke's family and his closest shields. Archduke Elwyn presented Invictus to Rodney Murdoch on the day he was promoted to Lord Commander. Okay, so we want to hold on to that. We don't want to get rid of it. But, Stormcry, though. I'm sorry. But, Flame Tongue, though.
Don't waste my time.
What do I need to craft this? What do you mean I can't... What am I missing? I'm missing... I have Stormcry. What? I do have... Isn't that what I'm currently wielding? Oh, no, I'm wielding Invictus. I don't have Stormcry. So I need to build Stormcry.
If I do say so myself.
And use that to build...
And how am I meant to do that then?
Use that to build... Okay, no, I figured it out. There we go. So now I have Flame Tongue, and I don't have Stormcry. And I can't build it. So, that's interesting. Was Stormcry the one that I was going to build last time, but I realized that Gaia Blade was better, so I just didn't. So we'd have to build it eventually anyway in order to get to Flame Tongue. Which, I mean, speaking of building things, is there anything here that's better than... Not really. Okay, well, can we reinforce that now? No. It looks like that's... Yeah, so that's just as good as it gets. Well, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have that equipped, now that we've gone through the effort of constructing it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, yeah, we do. Invictus is great. We're going to keep it with us, but Flame Tongue seems cooler. And then, what about our icon abilities? Oh, right. So we've got our new Ignition, Will of the Wikes, and Limit Break Other. Oh, so that's just an upgrade. So I can upgrade that if I wanted to. But we're still holding out that we can get this. Because this seems like it's going to be really cool. All of these things, though. So what is this? Summon a storm of fireballs that circles around Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back. It can be used in midair. And then just looks like an upgrade. I don't know if we need that all that badly. Sphil to semi-prime, improving battle performance for a short period of time. I don't know what the upgrade would actually net us. And I don't really think I want to switch to either of these. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits, forcing the enemy back. I don't know. I feel like what we've got right now is kind of a good loadout. And I kind of don't want to shrek around with it at all, even though these are both cheap. It would eat into the $16.95 we need for this. So we're going to hold off on any purchasing anything else and upgrades and all of that. We're not going to do that just yet. Let's go speak with Otto and see what he's up to. See what he might have to say on about the ordeal.
Take a seat, Clive. So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again, this time due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. But that's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. Is making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this Dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman? Right.
He doesn't know.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
I'm sorry, what is this? Alliant reports are now available, is that correct? Alliant? That seems right. For viewing by speaking to Gout at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports, compiled by the Cursebreakers, contain information on quests currently available across Ville. Okay! So, if there's like maybe... I mean, I don't know if that's true.
That's everything.
My theory was going to be...
Now to find Gav.
My thought was that maybe I would talk to him like for a split second and he would tell me if there are quests in other regions that we've previously gone to. Because that's something I've questioned a few times now. Can a new side quest pop up in an area we've already been to? But it might actually just be like a record of quests that we've done. We'll find out when we chat with him.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you? Goat at your service. Well, at the Hideaway service anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the Cursebreakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word. Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all.
Who are you?
Me?
I do what Otto tells me. Suppose you could say I'm his right-hand man. He's a hard master, but not nearly as hard as my old one was. When that man beat me bloody and threw me out onto the streets to die, it was Otto who found me and took me in. I owe him. And so I help him look after the ledgers as well as reading through all of the reports coming in from our allies across the Twins. If it sounds like someone out there needs our help, I make notes so I can point any willing volunteers in the right direction. Are you willing? There's no surer way of turning Otto's frown a little less frowny. So I was right. That's basically exactly what it is. View Gout's Alliant reports to not only find new quests around Velestia, but also travel immediately to the obelisk waypoint nearest their location. Cool! Okay, so this is the actual, exactly what I assumed it would be. While the cat's away, and then we have the whole... Okay, so that's really awesome. So that's going to be how we do that moving forward. And I'm assuming different parts of the story, like there'll be different quests in there, and maybe you can even miss them if you don't use them immediately.
Are you new to the Hideaway, perchance?
You could say that.
In a broad sense, you
Well
might.
then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
I beg your pardon.
Quite a mouthful, I know. Which is why everyone here has taken to calling me simply Tones, on account of the company I keep. And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
The Thousand Tomes is a comprehensive compendium of Valisthian lore, covering everything from basic terms to important persons' geography and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story. Past active time lore entries can also be viewed here.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
This is fun. Oh my gosh. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Okay, so we've got some interesting stuff in here. Dating back to antiquity, the term Egi, or Eg, has historically been used to describe those ethereal entities that can be conjured by dominance. Aegis are capable of casting potent magics corresponding to the elemental alignment of their creators. Though unquestionably formidable, they will fade immediately should the dominant who gave them being happen to be slain. Fun! So, I mean, there's not that much in here. Oh! I take it all back! There's a lot in here! Oh, man. Alright, well, I'm good right now. Thank you. It's good to know that we basically have Wikipedia in the game. Maybe a little inconvenient having to come all the way over to this guy for it. Man. Well, we are ready to continue on our way, but I'm kind of curious about those side quests, so maybe we'll pick up there next time. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!